Welcome, guys. Welcome to the channel. So today we'll be going over a few forex pairs. So let's just get started. So now we are on DXY. So the aim of this video is just to review a few pairs and see where the trading opportunities that we can look out for this week, and also understand the trading strategy that I use consistently to make profits in the market. So this is the DXY, and I'm just looking on let's go to the weekly first. So what do we have here on the weekly? Let's just quickly start to mark up this. I have this key zone here. This is a low, this is a high. I also have this zone here. This is a low, this is a high. So I think that's all on the weekly time frame because I can't see any other thing. Let's go to the daily. So what's going on currently on the daily? I think the price just broke out of this level here. So price just broke out of that area, or it's just at that area now. It also broke this downward trend line. Okay, so what are we looking for? I take my trades on the 4-hour time frame. So that's just basically it. Take it on the 4-hour time frame. That's the location where I take my trades from. So on the DXY, what we can see is that price is at a strong resistance, daily resistance. What it means is that, let's say, if price breaks out of here, we can expect buying momentums proceed here. But if price breaks, you can look for selling opportunities on the US dollar pairs. So that means if price breaks above this level, the dollar will be strong for this coming week. If it breaks below here, we expect the dollar to be weak in this coming week. So something to keep in mind. Let's look at gold. I'll just clear the chart and start afresh. On the weekly time frame, what do we have here? There's really nothing going on here. You just have this trend line. Let's see. You have this area that price broke out of. But now if you look at this thing, let's go to the 4-hour time frame. If you notice here, you see that price is reversing here, or is in a small bearish trend. But the problem is I have no higher time frame basis for that reversal, so it means nothing to me. I have no higher time frame basis, even though price formed series of double tops here. Series of double tops confirming a reversal. I have no higher time frame basis for that reversal, so I don't really look at it that way. As soon as price broke this thing, after this double top, if for an aggressive trade, as soon as price broke this level on the 1-hour trade time frame, I'll look at the break of a 1-hour structure and look at trades on the 15 minutes to 5 minutes for a break and retest, because my strategy is basically a break and retest. And I also use divergences and all that. Not all the time anyway, but I have a way I apply all these things. But most especially, I use counter trend lines. So break of counter trend lines at specific areas to trade. I also use the 50 EMA, but honestly, sometimes I go a week, I've forgotten to use it. It's not something that is a key part of my strategy. So let's see. So for this week on gold, what we can expect is if price is still holding here, you can look for short-term sales, very short-term. And the short-term means that when you get here, you're not going past here. because the overall time frame, especially on the daily, is still quite bullish. It's quite bullish. So if you're looking for a good move, just sit on your hands for now and see what it does. Because if price now comes back, let's clear this whole thing here. If price comes back and if price comes and begins to break this 4 hour structure, it can break this and give you bullish momentum. So for now, there's really nothing very clear on gold. So you're still undecided on gold. Let's look at GBP USD. I'll just clear the whole chart and start afresh again. I like to clear the chart consistently because oftentimes my previous analysis can negatively impact my current analysis. So I like to clear the chart and focus on what I am currently seeing rather than what I saw 2 weeks or 3 weeks ago when I marked up the chart. So I like to clear the chart consistently. So what do we have here on the weekly time frame? Well, right off the bat, for me, the way I look at it is where is price reacting from? Price is reacting from this support here. That's one. Which other thing can we see here? We can see that price is a resistance here. The price is currently reacting to. Good. Now we go to the daily. What's the information the daily time frame is presenting? The information the daily time frame is presenting is that price has broken a daily high, which is this configuration here. Price has broken it. Okay. So now price has broken it. What's next? There are two things here. We want price to come back here, and on the 1 hour time frame, look for our buys because this is a daily level. So we take the trade here on the 1 hour time frame. On the 4 hour time frame, what can we see? Price has reacted from this strong level here. On the 4 hour, price is basically on this support. Very, very confusing. What is the clear action here? Well, those who are bold and courageous can take a trade from this zone here if it aligns with your strategy, your entry pattern. For me, let me look further. Let me see if there's any other confluences there. No, I don't see anything. Is that a 50 ml? No. For me, the best trade here will be for price to come down into this zone. And it's a trend line, here. That should be like what I should be looking at. That's where it will make sense, in my opinion. Every other thing is looking. I'm not sold yet on any other thing. I'm trying to make too much sense of it, but no, there's nothing there for me yet. Honestly, the best thing would be for price to clear this. We can go for our buys, or for price to come here. Then give you a 4 hour change in structure. A clean buy for you. A clean buy. If this was a break and retest on the 4 hour, I would have been interested in taking it. But another problem is that if you look at this 4 hour level, price has broken this level, which is a 4 hour low, and this is a high, and has formed a double top here. So taking the trade at that point is just not the best idea. I have to be honest with you. I know for someone who is, trying to nitpick, break and retest, you can also look for it you go to the 1 hour level. You say, yeah, where's the 1 hour break of structure here? Okay. On the 15 minutes and the 5 minutes, can we have seen a trade? You would have been stopped out. For me, I would have been stopped out if I wanted to. I can't even see a trade for myself. I can't even see a trade for myself. because there's really nothing here. There's really nothing there. So depending on your own strategy, I don't know your entry requirement, but I have my own entry pattern. I won't have taken any trade there. So for now, like I said, what is the key point for buys and sells? We get here, we look for buys here, either from the 1 hour time frame, or we look for the change in structure on the 4 hour and enter on the 15-minute time frame. I think those are safe options. Then if price breaks here, it's still not an issue. Just look for the 4 hour changes, market structure break and retest, and look for it, or you wait for it to come back to this zone. As long as the daily time frame is still in a clean higher low pattern, allow price to come back to this point. Look for your 1 hour change in structure and take a trade. They sell. So it's really not a big deal. This thing is, it's not difficult. Not difficult. Even me personally, the biggest thing I struggle with is patience, because I'm always busy with so many things and I get carried away. Sitting on my hands, when you master sitting on your hands in the market, it will really go a very long way. Let's look at let me look at GBP. I don't trade it consistently, but I know a lot of people do. So let me see what is going on here. I trade EJ more than I trade GJ. Let's go to the weekly. Let's just draw a trend line to see what current market structure is. Okay, so basically price is at a weekly trend line. Interesting. Where is the weekly support? I can't see anything clean here. I'll move on. Right now, we have these points. Anytime I get confused on on the market, what the market is currently doing, basically I just start marking double tops, double bottom, looking at where price is reacting from, where price reacted from, and how did the market flow after that reaction. Say price hit a double top, formed a double top, it did reverse. I start using it to build, build a case for the price. I will just delete this trend line. It's really no need. I already know that price is reacting at that point in time. Price reacted here. This daily level is down here. It's really nothing. This was a good one here, but let's look at it on the 4 hour and see if we can give it a bit further refinement. But there's really nothing to refine. This is just it here. But I don't want to bother myself about this action that happened a while back. Let me focus on this one just to make things clean. Okay. So we know that this area here is a strong support. Just trying to keep the chart clean. That's why I don't want to really draw it so far back. Then we're also looking at, let's look at these points here. So this was a double top here. Interesting. So price is basically was in this range. Interesting. So what do we do? I think finally you're starting to get a hang of it. If it breaks here, you look for a sell. If it breaks any of this clean 4 hour level, you look for buys. So what do we have here? Where's the last 4 hour high and low? I think this is it here. Just a second. If it uses it here, you also have this low and this low. Now, because this body closed below this week, that's why. If not, I'll consider this the last high. So what that means is that this zone here, this key level here, is the level that we have to break to know that price has shifted the market structure. That's just basically it. I don't like taking reversals. I don't like catching a falling knife. So to take it, let me give you an example of what I mean. Price is bearish here, and it gets here, and I want to buy from here. No, I don't do things like that. I want to see price turn inside out. When price consolidates like this and breaks here, retests, I don't think there's really anything stopping it from getting to this zone. That's my own experience. I've been on this for a very long time. So if it breaks here, retest, gives you the entry parameter, so that whatever entry parameter you're using, and for price to get here, it's easy peasy to almost certainly get here. So that's why this first one is not assured. It's not assured at all. You don't go near it. You don't go near it. Then if price breaks here, all the better. It's even a better trade because we are going with the overall flow of the river, which is downward. So that's just it for GBP JPY. So let's go to the next one. I think the next pair to look at is let's check USD card. Let's check USD card. Let me see. Do I have anything here? Okay, let's check USD card. What do we have on USD card? Okay, first of all, we have this point here that price has reacted from, which is here, here, and currently here. This is too thick for my eyes. So what do we have here? The price action here is it's not nice. It doesn't look nice. But let me start building from the ground up, start to make sense of it. Forgive me for going far back. This is the only way I can begin to rationalize the price. So we boxed, this was a range, broke it, okay. Now let's go to the 4 hour. There's nothing really going on daily here. Now on the 4 hour, okay. Now price has now gotten, it's not making a bit more sense. We have this point here. This was all the lows, the lows, the lows, the lows. The price was reacting from the lows, the lows. It broke here, broke past it again. So price has gone back into the overall. If you look at the daily, time frame, this overall bullish flow. It's overall bullish. Even though price hit this extreme point, made this reversal, it has now come back bullish. This zone is really nothing too clear, so I'll just use the current one, which is here. Then we had, so let's just trap this range. So basically this is the 2 zone, because I don't want to go too far back because the zone here is not really clear. So let's just use the current one, focus on the current patterns and not really things that happened a long time ago. So I think now we already know the drill. Since we've gotten this, what we were looking at, if price comes back here, we look for patterns that will enable us to go further. If price comes down in here, now this is the key part. If price comes down here, let me zoom in a bit into this place. If price comes here, I'm looking for buys. If price comes here, I will have to look for price to turn on the 4 hour time frame before I buy it again. Or if I'm being aggressive, look for price to turn on the 1 hour time frame, then look for buys. The reason is because by the time if price falls down to this zone, it has broken this 4 hours low. I will consider that as a change in market structure. So for me to maintain that bullish bias, I want price to turn before I continue with it. Another thing is, if price comes here and maybe it goes up a bit now, forms another bullish leg, starts to break, I will also wait for price to turn here before I do that again, or for price to change market structure. Even if it comes back and forms a double bottom, you can still take, because you have to look at the current price action. Don't, especially when you're taking entries, focus on the current price action. If you have a reversal, some have a reversal pattern, strategy pattern, high weeks to reward, but you can lose a bit more, a bit too frequently, and especially when you can give you all your confirmation, but because you're just going against the trend, you just blow past it. Just this kind of trades are when you know you're in line with the trend market structure. Even if you lose the trade, you're not so bothered. Sometimes they just wake you out and continue in the same direction, but you're not so bothered because you feel like you are going with the overall flow of the river. You feel more confident. You will feel more happy to take those trades than when you take reversal trades that you know that are not high probability and you lose. You will doubt your strategy more. You begin to overthink it. When you know you are in line with the trend and you are taking on trades, and even if you lose, you feel more self-assured because you know that you've done what you have to do. So that's just it. I think I marked USD CHF. So let's since I already highlighted USD CHF before, let's just quickly look at USD CHF and see what trading opportunities it presents for us. I trade USD CHF sometimes. It's part of I trade almost everything because it doesn't take me time to go through analyze all the markets. So I just have a lot of pairs on my watch list. So like I said, when I start, I just to rationalize things, I look at where is price reacting from, where the price make its last reaction from. Price reacted from this double top. Price reacted from this zone here on the weekly. Okay, on the daily, what do we have? Well, price. This was a high, low. So price came. It was a mini retest here, and that is where price is currently reacting from. So that means that zone has some importance. Okay. So what was the last market structure? If you go to I'm sure on the 4 hour, this is what would be. This was lows, highs, lows, highs, lows, highs, lows. So, and if you look at it, price is just reacting consistently on that place. The red is for only, I use the red zones for only zones that I mark out on the weekly and the daily. Any other place where I mark out the zones, I don't use this. I use this gray pattern. Okay, so on the daily time frame, what do I see? The daily time frame is bearish because price formed this double top, rejecting this zone, broke structure. So the daily time frame is bearish. Now, because the daily time frame is bearish, I can take my entry on the 1 hour. I will take my entry on the 1 hour because the daily time frame is bearish. Another thing to keep in mind is this zone is an area, but you have to use your eyes and use your common sense to look at things. So for something like this, I know that this place is an area of interest because if you look at it, this is a place you reacted from, price is still coming up there. So for me, I'm looking for a sell here, even though the 4 hour, because I'm not taking this on the 4 hour time frame. The reason why I will not bother much about the 4 hour time frame is because the daily time frame is clearly bearish, and it's a clean bearish pattern in the sense that it is high, low, high, low. There is no in between. So for something like this, I can now look for other confirmations to say, okay, I will first draw my counter trend line. My counter trend line has a requirement. There's a way it must look. It must be something that has been significant in the price movement, moving up to that zone. Then I can also this is when I just turn on my EMA and see is there any EMA confirmation there. This one is above it. This is reacting. This is a 50 EMA. Okay. Let's go to the 1 hour. Then I can also look at the RSI, look for things like divergence and all that stuff. There's a small divergence here because if you look at this zone here, look at where this stuff is here. Look at the RSI. It's something like this. So for me, for something like this, If price breaks this counter trend line cleanly, maintains below here, then I can now look for a trade down here. Normally I trade 1:2 because in the long run I've just realized that that's something I can hit consistently. When I begin to target 1:3, it forces me to use unrealistic stop losses that I sacrifice a lot of things because I want to get 1:3 and all that. So I just look for one is to 1:2. I'm just hoping to hit like 3 trades. If I hit 3 trades out of 10, I look at my trades in batches of 10. In 10 trades, can I hit hit my take profit 3 times? If I hit my take profit 3 times, that's basically a 6R. Even if I lose the next 7, I'm still down just 1%. But even in the next 7, let's say in the next 7 trades, I probably won't lose all 7. I might hit my break even 2 times. That means I'm up in profit. If you begin to think of $20,000, $50,000 and you're looking at it like that, you will mess yourself up. Sometimes you take 10 trades, you will win 5, you will lose 5. If you win 5, that's 10 trades, 2R, 10R up minus 5, you're still 5R up. So you think of it in that sense. And say you even take 3 trades, you win 3 trades, that's hit TP 3 times, you're up 6R, I lose the remaining 7, I'm down 1%. And I took 10 trades, just down 1%. I'm not even bothered at all. I'm down just 1% after taking 10 trades. How would that bother me? But even in the 10 trades, even those ones that you lose, you probably hit your stop loss 4 times, or maybe you were break even 3 times. That means you are still up in profit. Or you can even win 6, you can win 7. Sometimes I go on seven trades winning streak, 8 trades, I've not lost any. Then sometimes I lose the next 4. But at the end of the day, everything balances out. So you have to look at it in that manner. It's a long game. So this is for this week, this USD JPY. I think that's why I had it previously marked that, even though I didn't realize it. It's one of the trades we're looking out for this week. Normally, and this is the secret of my trade. In any trade like this, I like trades that have a trend line touch on that zone. Say this was happening. We had this here, and price had already made this move and come back here. This would have been my more ideal trade because it is a trend line touch confirmation. This is my A plus setup. So this now is something I'm looking at for this week. Let's go on to other pairs. What do we have next? Let's look at BTC USD. Delete all this. We'll go to the weekly time frame. Okay. So on BTC, what do we have? We have this. You have this zone. No, that makes no sense. It's not relevant currently. This is the zone that price is at the moment. Okay, yeah. So we had this area that price squeezed before it broke out of. Okay. Is there anything on the trend line? Let's just leave it there for now. Okay. Let's go to daily. Okay, on the daily, we have the double top price form, the double top here. The double top is one of the most powerful things. Double top and double bottoms. So powerful. So price had this point it was trapped in, it broke out of it. Interesting. What do we now have here? If price gets down here, look for your reversal if you want to take the trade, or you look for it for price to break and continue with the sales. So for now, because price was bullish, became bearish, all we're looking out for is for something like this, for price to get up to these areas, then we should be looking for selling opportunities. Yeah, this is it here. Around here, we're looking for selling opportunities. But the thing is, by the time price gets here, if it forms so many 4 hour structure, be careful of it. And again, if it maintains, if this daily is still clean, and on the daily time frame, the daily structure is still clean. What I mean is, if price gets up here now and the daily structure is still clean, which is like a high to low, high, low, higher high, and lower high, and all that, then you cannot take it on the 1 hour. But if not, if the structure becomes a bit messy going up and it forms a different daily time frame structure, then look for it to change on the 4 hour first before you begin to take any trade. So for now, I think it's pretty clear that the only thing to look out for is if price breaks here on the 4 hour, you can look for sales below this area. Then let me even look at like a small intraday thing. Is there anything someone can consider over here? This is just pushing the boat far, far out. Actually not so bad. It's for something this way, I will need a bit more confirmation. Let me see the EMA. Interesting. Interesting. What's the structure? We have high, low on the 1 hour, on the 2 hour. On the 4 hour, it's still the same thing. High, low, high, low. So it's still within the 4 hour bearish structure. Interesting. Let's see on the 30 minutes. Where is this? This is the highest point. Let's see on the 4 hour. We have, let's turn on this EMA. Okay. Well, I really don't know what to say. It's for me, I can take it. I won't lie to you, but I won't advise you to. I won't advise you to. It's too far. It's too in the middle. I don't really like taking trades that are too, how do you put it? It's just in no man's land. I like something to come off here and bounce. I know that it's bouncing from something strong, because this zone now doesn't mean anything. It's too in the middle. No, I can't. It's too in the middle. I want you to bounce off of something strong. Clean bounce. Like, see this red. That why is red to tell you, oh, the bounce here will be good. So I think that should be it. So guys, I think that covers all for now. Just take note of everything we've said. I think this is just an insight into how I trade and how you can also implement something like this into your trading. I will try my best to drop this consistently as much as I can. And I hope this is useful to you for this coming week. Cheers. Have a nice day.